Everyone, this is your second video of chapter 3, that is the Delhi Sultanate. In first video we have read that Muhammad Ghori, he defeated Prithviraj Chauhan in a second battle of Tarain in 1192 AD. After defeating him, Muhammad Ghori appointed Qutbuddin Aibak, one of his most trusted slave, as a regional general of northern India, so that he can look after his empire in his absence. कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक जो उनके बहुत ही ट्रस्टेड स्लेव थे, मोहम्मद घोरी ने उनको एज अ रीजनल जनरल अपॉइंट किया था, सो दैट उनके एब्सेंस में वो उनके एम्पायर को देख सके. आफ्टर मोहम्मद घोरीज डेथ, ऐबक डिक्लेयर्ड हिमसेल्फ एज अ सुल्तान. सुल्तान मीन्स किंग और एम्परर. इन 1206, द पीरियड ऑफ 1206 एंड to 1526, period of 1206 to 1526, this was known as your Sultanate period. इसको सल्तनत पीरियड कहा जाता था. Now come to the slave dynasty. Slave dynasty was from 1206 to 1290 CE. Qutbuddin Aibak, he was the founder of slave dynasty, or you can say Mamluk dynasty. His successors, Qutbuddin Aibak के जो भी successors थे, जो उनके बाद उनकी डायनेस्टी को रूल किया, they were called Mamluks, that is slaves or the son of slave. While playing Chaugan, that is a horse polo, he fell down from his horse and died. He was also known as Lakh Baksh. Why? Because he was very kind and benevolent to the poor people, and he was a very generous donor. Now let's see Iltutmish. His reign was 1210 to 1236. He was also a slave, but he was a slave of Qutbuddin Aibak. Later on he became his son-in-law and his successor too. He was called the true architect of Delhi Sultanate in India. Why he was known as a true architect? Because he was the one who strengthened his empire and ruled it in a very organized way. First, he organized the nobility into a selected group of 40 peoples, that is called चालीसा और चहलगनी. इन्होंने 40 पीपल आमिर्स के या कह सकते हैं नोबल्स के ग्रुप्स बनाए, जिनमें 40 लोग थे, 40 पीपल्स थे, एंड दे वर कॉल्ड एज चालीसा एंड चहलगनी. देयर वर्क वाज टू एडवाइज द सुल्तान एंड प्रोवाइड इंफॉर्मेशन regarding administration. He also organized the army in a proper division. Now, army was well disciplined during his time. They were properly divided. He divided Sultanate into small and large tracts called iktas. Small and large tracts called iktas. These iktas were a piece of land which were given to his nobles or the officers. ये इक्ताज नोबल्स और ऑफिसर्स को प्रोवाइड किया जाता था. जो भी सर्विस वो सुल्तान को प्रोवाइड करते थे, तो उनके जगह पे कैश एज अ सैलरी न देके उनको इक्ताज दे दिया जाता था. सो इस पीस ऑफ लैंड से वॉट एवर टैक्स दे यूज टू कलेक्ट, नोबल्स एंड ऑफिसर्स जो भी टैक्स कलेक्ट करते थे, दे यूज टू कीप इट विद देमसेल्फ. वो सुल्तान को नहीं देते थे. दैट वाज देयर सैलरी. He strengthened the northwestern frontier to protect his empire from Mongol attack. He was having a fear of Mongol attack, so he first strengthened the northwestern frontier to protect it from Mongol attack. He attempted to suppress internal revolts in Punjab, Sindh, Bengal and Bihar. Within the सल्तनत, उनके सल्तनत के अंदर में, इनसाइड में जो भी रिवोल्ट्स चल रहे थे, he also suppressed them, उनको suppress करा, so that his sultanate become strong. Now he introduced silver coins called tankas and copper coins called iktas. He introduced silver coins called tankas, which were of high value, and copper coins called jitl, which were of low value. Now comes to the period of Razia Sultan, reigned of 1236 to 1239. Iltutmish chose his daughter as his successor because none of his son was capable of ruling. According to Iltutmish, उनको ऐसा लगता था कि none of his son was capable of ruling his empire, so he chose his daughter to make her the sultan. Razia was very brave, intelligent and even a just ruler. She was a very just ruler, she was brave and she was intelligent. But nobles found humiliating to work under her command. Nobles को ये बहुत ह्यूमिलेटिंग लगा, उनको पसंद नहीं था कि किसी लेडी के अंडर, किसी विमेन के अंडर में वो काम करे, उनके कमांड्स एंड ऑर्डर्स को वो फॉलो करे. सो व्हाट दे डिड, दे कंस्पायर्ड, दे made a plan, they conspired to dethrone her, and then they finally killed her in 1200 CE. After this comes the ruling period of Ghiyasuddin Balban. His ruling period was of 1265 to 1286. In 1256, a Turkish slave called Balban became a leading member of the nobility and took over as Sultan. In 1256, what happened? A Turkish slave called Balban, he became the leading member of the nobility and took over as Sultan. So this means कि when he took over as a Sultan, nobles के जो चहलगनीज के पार्स थे उन्होंने उसको पूरा डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया था, उनको सप्रेस कर दिया था, खत्म कर दिया था. Now he also took several measures to strengthen his position of Sultan. To become a strong ruler, अपने पोजीशन को स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाने के लिए he took a several steps. That was first, तो he defeated many local rulers. उन्होंने जितने भी local rulers थे he defeated them. He protected his kingdom from Mongol invasion. He was also having a fear of Mongol attack, so he protected his kingdom from Mongol invasion. Third, he established an efficient spy system. Spy system means उनके kingdom में जो भी हो रहा है उन्होंने बहुत एक efficient जासूसी का उन्होंने वो एक सिस्टम एस्टैब्लिश किया था जिससे कि उनको पता चल सके कि हु इज कॉन्स्पिरेसिंग अगेंस्ट हिम. सो एस्टैब्लिश्ड एन एफिशिएंट स्पाई सिस्टम. नाउ द फोर्थ वन इज he adopted a policy of blood and iron. He adopted a policy of blood and iron means he was very rude, very ruthless, very unkind regarding his enemy. He killed them and using an iron, you can say his sword, he used to kill them, and this was the thing. He mercilessly punished robbers and destroyed the zamindars. He mercilessly punished means without being kind to the robbers, without being kind to the zamindars, he destroyed their whatever powers they were having, and he made them weak so that they cannot conspire against him. ये उनके against ना जा पाए एंड दोबारा रॉबर्स कभी उनके किंगडम में, उनके टेरिटरी में कुछ भी रॉबरीज ना कर पाए. So I hope you understood till here. Thank you.